Success isn't for the cautious. It's not for the ones sitting back waiting for the perfect moment. It's for those who step up, take risks, and bet on themselves when no one else will. Too many people live their lives stuck in the comfort zone, afraid of failure, afraid of judgment, afraid of losing. But the truth is, the biggest risk in life is not taking one at all. Playing it safe won't get you to the next level. It won't open doors. It won't create opportunities. If you want success, you have to be willing to take the leap. You have to be bold enough to step into the unknown, even when fear is whispering in your ear, telling you to back down. Most people want guarantees. They want to know that if they put in the effort, they'll get the reward. But life doesn't work that way. Success is about betting on yourself, even when the odds aren't in your favor. It's about making moves when there's no safety net beneath you. The people who win in life are the ones who are willing to put everything on the line. They don't wait for the perfect timing because they know there is no such thing. The perfect moment is the moment you decide to take action. Some of you are waiting for permission. You're waiting for someone to tell you it's okay to go after your dreams. But let me tell you something. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to give you a roadmap to success. You have to take the risk yourself. You have to be willing to fail, to stumble, to get knocked down, and still get back up stronger than before. That's the price of success. You can't tiptoe your way to greatness. You have to take massive, bold action. Fear will always be there. Doubt will always creep in. But successful people feel the fear and do it anyway. They understand that the greatest rewards come from the biggest risks. If you're not willing to take risks, you're choosing to stay exactly where you are. And let me be clear, staying where you are is still a decision. It's still a risk. You're risking your potential. You're risking the life you could have had. Playing it safe is the fastest way to regret. Think about the people who inspire you, the ones who made a name for themselves, who built something great, who changed the game. They didn't do it by playing small. They didn't do it by waiting for certainty. They took risks when no one else would. They invested in themselves when there were no guarantees. They walked away from comfort to chase something greater. They weren't afraid to fail because they knew that failure was just a stepping stone to success. Success belongs to those who take action, those who embrace the unknown, those who are willing to bet on themselves. If you're waiting for a sign, this is it. It's time to take the risk. It's time to step up and go after what you really want. No more waiting, no more excuses. Success demands risk-taking. And the question is, are you willing to take the risk? Success demands risk-taking, and if you're not willing to take the risk, you're settling for mediocrity. Let that sink in for a second. Every single person you admire, every success story you've ever heard, every person who has made a lasting impact, they all took risks. They bet on themselves when nobody else did. They stepped out of the comfort zone when everyone else was playing it safe. The question is, are you willing to do the same? You see, most people don't fail because they lack talent or ability. They fail because they refuse to take the necessary risks. They let fear of the unknown keep them locked in the same place year after year. They talk about what they want, they dream about what they want, but they never move because they're afraid of falling. But let me tell you something. Staying in the same place is still a risk. Waking up 10 years from now in the same situation with the same struggles, the same paycheck, the same unfulfilled dreams, that is a bigger risk than failing. Because when you fail, you learn. When you fail, you grow. But when you never try, you stay stuck. Too many people are waiting for the stars to align before they make their move. They're waiting for the fear to disappear, waiting for the perfect conditions, waiting for a guarantee. But success doesn't work like that. There is never a perfect time to take a risk. There will always be fear. There will always be uncertainty. But the people who win are the ones who move despite that. They step into the unknown, not because they're fearful. You have to be willing to gamble on yourself. You have to be willing to say, I may not know exactly how this will turn out, but I refuse to stay in the same place. Because the truth is, the only way to grow is to step into the uncomfortable. Comfort zones are dead zones. Nothing great ever happens there. The moment you stop taking risks, you stop growing. The moment you stop growing, you start dying. Think about every major breakthrough in history. The people who changed industries, the people who built billion-dollar businesses, the people who revolutionized the world, they all took risks that most people were too scared to take. They weren't smarter than you. They weren't luckier than you. They just had the courage to take the leap. And because they took that leap, they got opportunities that most people will never see. But here's the thing. You don't have to take some massive life-altering risk overnight. You just need to start making bold moves, one step at a time. Stop overanalyzing. Stop waiting for everything to be perfect. Just start. Start that business. Make that investment. Have that difficult conversation. Apply for that job. Take the risk and trust that you'll figure it out along the way. Because when you take risks, you build resilience, you build confidence. Every time you push past fear and take action, you prove to yourself that you are capable. That's how success is built. Not through playing it safe, not through waiting, but through bold, decisive action. Most people will never do this. Most people will settle for average. But if you're still listening, I know you're not most people. I know you have something inside of you that refuses to settle. I know there's a dream in you that's bigger than your fear. So the only question left is, what are you waiting for? Risk-taking isn't just a one-time event, it's a lifestyle. It's a mindset. It's a daily decision to step up, step out, and go after what's yours. You don't take one risk and then sit back waiting for success to happen. No, you keep taking risks, you keep pushing, you keep growing. The moment you stop stepping outside your comfort zone, you start falling behind. The moment you let fear hold you back, you start losing ground. Most people never get where they want to go because they hesitate. They hesitate when it's time to make a move. They hesitate when an opportunity presents itself. They hesitate when their instincts tell them to go all in. And guess what happens? That hesitation becomes a habit. Every time you hesitate, you train yourself to doubt instead of trust. You train yourself to step back instead of stepping forward. And before you know it, years go by and you're still in the same place, wondering why success hasn't found you. Success doesn't find people, people create success. And the way you create success is by taking risks, making moves, and betting on yourself even when the odds don't look good. You have to stop looking for guarantees and start creating your own outcomes. You have to stop looking for permission and start giving yourself the authority to take control of your future. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to hand you success on a silver platter. You have to take it. You have to demand it, and that requires stepping into the unknown. Fear is natural, but it should never be the thing that stops you. The difference between successful people and everybody else isn't that they don't feel fear, it's that they move despite the fear. They acknowledge it, they recognize it, but they don't let it dictate their actions. They don't let it keep them stuck. They understand that fear is just an illusion, just a test to see if you really want what you say you want. And if you let it stop you, then you don't want it bad enough. People say, what if I fail? But let me flip that. What if you succeed? What if taking that risk changes your entire life? What if the opportunity you're hesitating on is the one that will take you to the next level? You'll never know unless you go for it. And let's be real, even if you do fail, so what? Failure isn't the end, it's part of the process. Every mistake, every setback, every wrong turn, it's all just information. It's all just feedback to help you grow. The people who win in life aren't the ones who avoid failure. They're the ones who embrace it, learn from it, and keep moving forward. Because success isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. It's about refusing to quit. It's about showing up every single day, taking risks, learning from the process, and adjusting until you get it right. You've got to understand, playing it safe won't get you anywhere. Playing it safe is a slow death. It's waking up every day knowing you were meant for more, but doing nothing about it. It's sitting on the sidelines while other people take action, make moves, and create the life they want. And the only difference between them and you, they took the risks. They stepped out when they didn't have all the answers. They bet on themselves when they had every reason to doubt. You have to decide, do you want to stay comfortable or do you want to be successful? Because you can't have both. Growth only happens in discomfort. Strength is built in struggle. Success is forged in uncertainty. And if you're not willing to step into the unknown, you're not really ready to win. So today, make the decision. No more hesitation, no more waiting, no more playing small. It's time to step up. It's time to take the risk. It's time to go all in on your dreams, because the only way to win is to bet on yourself and make it happen. Taking risks is not a luxury, it's a necessity. If you want success, you have to be willing to put yourself in uncomfortable situations. You have to be willing to go after opportunities even when they scare you. The people at the top didn't get there by playing it safe. They didn't wait for the perfect moment. They made the moment perfect by acting, by taking the leap, by trusting that even if they fail, they would get back up stronger. The truth is, most people never reach their full potential because they are waiting for the right time. Let me tell you something. There is no right time. There is no perfect moment when everything lines up just the way you want. You will never feel 100% ready. But if you wait until you do, you will miss every opportunity that could have changed your life. The people who succeed are the ones who move even when they're scared, even when they're unsure, even when the odds are against them. They understand that the biggest risk is not taking one at all. You can't afford to wait. You can't afford to sit back and let life pass you by. You have to get up and take action, knowing that success is built in the unknown, in the uncomfortable, in the moments when you push yourself past what you thought was possible. Let me ask you, how bad do you really want it? Because if you truly want success, then you have to be willing to sacrifice comfort. You have to be willing to take chances even when there are no guarantees. Stop playing small. Stop doubting yourself. Stop waiting for someone else to tell you it's okay to go after what's yours. No one is coming to tell you to take the leap. No one is coming to hand you the blueprint. You have to trust yourself, trust your vision, and make the decision to go all in. Every great success story starts with a risk. Every person who has achieved something incredible had a moment where they had to choose stay where they were or step into the unknown. And the ones who made it, they stepped forward. They took action. They didn't let fear stop them. The problem is, most people don't fail because they lack talent or intelligence. They fail because they never start. They overthink, they hesitate, they let fear of failure control them. But let me tell you, failure is part of the process. You cannot reach the top without falling a few times. You cannot grow without making mistakes. Every single failure is just another step forward, another lesson learned, another opportunity to adjust and improve. Think about it. If you never take the shot, how can you expect to win the game? If you never put yourself in the arena, how can you expect to be a champion? You can't. Success does not come to those who wait. It comes to those who move, who act, who take risks, and trust that they will figure it out along the way. And yes, people are going to doubt you. They are going to question your decisions. They are going to tell you that you're making a mistake. But let me ask you, are you living for them or are you living for you? Because the people who doubt you aren't going to be the ones paying your bills. They aren't going to be the ones living your life. You are. And if you listen to them, if you let their fears hold you back, then you are giving them control over your future. Stop letting fear make decisions for you. Stop letting doubt keep you stuck. Stop waiting for the perfect plan. It's time to take action. It's time to take the risk. It's time to bet on yourself and chase the life you know you deserve. Because at the end of the day, the only thing worse than failing is living with regret. The only thing worse than taking a risk and losing is never taking the risk at all. So move, act, take the chance. Because success demands risk taking. And if you're not willing to step into the unknown, you're not really ready for greatness. Fear is the enemy of progress. Fear will keep you standing on the sidelines while someone else takes the opportunity that was meant for you. Fear will have you overthinking, second guessing, and making excuses. But here's the truth. Fear is not real. Fear is just a story you keep telling yourself. It's the what-if scenarios that never actually happen. It's the imaginary obstacles that exist only in your mind. But while fear may not be real, the consequences of letting fear control you are very real. If you keep waiting, keep hesitating, keep letting fear dictate your decisions, you are handing your success over to someone else. Every single time you back down from a challenge, every time you refuse to take the risk, you are giving up the chance to become who you were meant to be. You are giving up on your dreams. And if you keep doing that, one day you're going to wake up and realize that you ran out of time, that the opportunity you were waiting for isn't coming back. You have to understand success doesn't come to those who sit and wait. Success comes to those who show up every single day, take the risk, and do the work. It comes to those who are willing to step into the unknown, to make bold moves, to put everything on the line for what they believe in. It comes to those who are willing to fail because they know that failure is just part of the journey. So let me ask you, what's stopping you? What excuse are you telling yourself? What fear is holding you back? Are you afraid of looking stupid? Afraid of losing money? Afraid of failing? Whatever it is, let me tell you, it's not a good enough reason to stay stuck. It's not a good enough reason to let your potential go to waste. You were not put on this earth to play it safe. You were not put here to live in fear. You were put here to grow, to push yourself, to evolve, and to achieve. You were put here to leave a legacy. And that will never happen if you keep standing still, if you keep waiting for the right moment that will never come. But look at the people who inspire you, the ones who have made it, the ones who are living the life you want. Every single one of them had to take a risk. Every single one of them had to step outside of their comfort zone. Every single one of them had moments of doubt, moments of fear, moments when they wanted to quit, but they didn't. They kept pushing forward, and because of that, they made it to the top. You have that same ability inside you. You have the same potential, the same strength, the same ability to take action. The only difference between you and them is that they took the risk. They bet on themselves. They moved even when they were scared. And now it's your turn. You have two choices. You can keep playing it safe, keep staying in your comfort zone, keep waiting for everything to be perfect, or you can decide right now that you're done waiting. You can decide that you're done making excuses. You can decide that from this moment on, you will take the risks necessary to create the life you want. Because let me tell you, the pain of regret is far worse than the pain of failure. You can recover from failure. You can learn from mistakes. But you cannot get back time that you wasted. You cannot redo the chances you didn't take. So take the leap. Say yes to the opportunity. Bet on yourself, because success demands risk taking. And if you're not willing to take the risk, you're not ready for the reward. Most people want success, but they don't want the discomfort that comes with risk. They want the rewards, but they don't want the uncertainty. They want the breakthrough, but they don't want to step into the unknown. And that's the problem. Because success doesn't come from wishing, hoping, or waiting. Success comes from doing, especially when you don't have all the answers. You have to stop thinking that risk is something to be avoided. Risk is the price you pay for the life you want. Risk is the toll you must pay to cross the bridge from where you are to where you want to be. And here's the truth. If you're not willing to take risks, you're choosing to settle. You're choosing to stay right where you are. You're choosing comfort over growth. And I get it. Risk is scary. It's uncomfortable. It's unpredictable. But you know what's even scarier? Wasting your potential. Watching opportunities pass you by because you were too afraid to act. Waking up 5, 10, 20 years from now and realizing that you let fear rob you of the life you were meant to live. That's real fear. That's the kind of regret that will haunt you. You need to understand that everything worthwhile in life comes with risk. The people at the top didn't get there by playing it safe. They didn't get there by waiting for certainty. They got there by making bold moves, taking chances, and being willing to fail forward. They got there because they understood that the only way to truly fail is to never try at all. Think about it. Every major success story started with a risk. Entrepreneurs who built billion-dollar businesses, they took a risk. Athletes who became champions, they took a risk. Artists, creators, visionaries who changed the world, they took a risk. They didn't have guarantees. They didn't have all the answers, but they moved anyway, and because of that, they made history. And if they can do it, so can you. The difference between you and them isn't talent. It's not luck. It's not even resources. The difference is that they were willing to step out of their comfort zone and bet on themselves. They were willing to put in the work before they saw the reward. They were willing to take risks when nothing was certain. So let me ask you, how bad do you want it? Do you want success bad enough to step into uncertainty? Do you want it bad enough to embrace the discomfort, to move forward even when the path isn't clear? Because if you don't, someone else will. Someone else is out there right now taking the risks you're too afraid to take. Someone else is making the moves, putting in the work, pushing past their fear. And one day you're going to see them living the life you wanted, achieving the things you dreamed of. And the only difference is that they were willing to take action when you weren't. This is your wake-up call. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for someone to give you permission. Stop waiting for certainty, because it's never coming. The perfect time will never arrive. The perfect conditions will never exist. If you want success, you have to move now. You have to take risks now. You have to trust yourself now. And yes, you might fail. Yes, you might make mistakes. Yes, things might not go as planned, but that's part of the process. That's part of the journey. And the people who make it are the ones who refuse to let failure stop them. They learn, they adjust, they grow, and then they keep moving forward. So what's it going to be? Are you going to keep waiting, keep hesitating, keep letting fear run your life? Or are you going to take control? Are you going to take the risk, make the move, and give yourself a chance at the life you deserve? Because success demands risk taking. And if you're not willing to take the risk, you'll never get the reward.